Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, good evening if you're watching later. I'm Sandy from Lolly and Sand, and I am independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada. So if you're wondering what we're making today, it's in my hands. This is the So Eclectic stamp set, and where did I put the cover? Oh, I don't need it. And we're using that today, and the coordinating Eclectic Layers dies. Now, I normally put this on a bigger piece of magnetic sheet, but this is what I had. Pardon me. So, well, let's get started in a moment. A few things I want to tell you about. One is the retiring list. Now, it came out yesterday, and I didn't want to post it yesterday for a very good reason. It didn't show some important information. Now, I looked this morning, and Stampin' Up! Has updated that. So right after I do the video, I will post the retiring lists. There's two. There's one from the Occasions catalog and one from the annual catalog. So what I'm featuring today is retiring products. So this stamp set and dies, these are retiring, as are some of the colors we're using. Good morning, Lisa. I hope the weather is lovely where you are. I hope the video is moving, because it doesn't look like it is. Oh, wait, maybe it is. Alrighty, well, I can't be concerned with that now, can I? All right, let's get started. I have my morning frog still. That happens so often, doesn't it? Okay, I hope the grid paper doesn't make it look weird. I used it yesterday in a quick video for a team thing, and it looked weird. Anyway, so here's two of the retiring colors, and I love both of them. Berry Burst and Lemon Lime Twist. Now, one thing I want to tell you, in all seriousness, the ink pads, and especially the re-inkers, they are going to go first. They will be gone like wildfire. Other colors that are retiring are it's the 2017 to 2019 colors, so it's also Tranquil Tide, Fresh Fig, and I think it's Powder Pink. It's funny that I never owned that one. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I did with the re-inkers, but first, let's do a little bit of stamping. Okay, so, and these are the old pads. You can tell I've had them well. I got them right away. So, do I need this first? Yes. Yes, I do. Now, I think this is one of the leaves. Now, quite often I don't put the labels on, but I did in this case. I think the leaves are actually a two-step stamp. But if you can see that, see how fresh that looks? I didn't do the two-step. For shame, for shame. So for what I'm doing, I would need two of these leaves, and I'm always afraid I'm going to put my arm in it, because, that wouldn't be the first time I have. Alrighty. And then I also need, we're going to use, it says you're spelled properly, you're just lovely. Now this poor pad, this is my Berry Burst. It looks hideous. It's perfectly fine. I promise. It's perfectly fine. Okay. Oh, okay. It doesn't matter that it's upside down because it's getting punched out. Now, there's also the little center of the flower. That's not funny. I did it in that color, not the black. You know what? I like it in that color. I'll tell you why in a moment. Okay, so with the magic of everything, well, I'll show you what we did first. Everything's magical, Magical. All right, so first things first. This is a 1-inch punch. So I simply punch this out. Oh, that's nice. It didn't go flying, because so often they do. Oh, stay. And then I used the scalloped. This is 1 1/4. And this I did not check to see if this is coming off the distribution of everything. Okay, I'll show you some magic. Oh, look, they're already together. Huh. And it's even got a dimensional in the back. I think that's so boring to watch. Now, Now, bring back the dies and I'll show you what I used. Still with the Morning Frog. This one, which cuts these out perfectly. You know I have them already done. So, this is how they look. This wee little tiny one right here, this tiny little die, cuts that little piece out, which I did in black so you can see the difference actually. Oh, I also did it on pink paper. I mean, that's not pink, it's Berry Burst. And then, okay, then I used, okay, I've been doing a lot of flowers lately. I know, get your head straight, Sandy. I've been doing a lot of flowers and some playing with watercolor. So this is just a regular sheet, well, half a sheet actually, of watercolor paper. And I took the Berry Burst re-inker, got the whole page wet, and then just dropped ink on it and took my aqua painter, which if you're not familiar with that, that's what these are. This one doesn't have any water. Oh, it has a little bit. And then just across the page. I may have put a little bit of Mango Melody or Calypso Coral over here because I was looking for differences in color. But this Berry Burst here, that's as dark as she'll go. So if it looks lighter and like kind of variegated kind of, like where there's all different colors, that's because I spread the ink out. So if I felt it was too light, I dropped some. So using these dies right here, and this is almost embarrassing, okay? I did not know that you could put them through the die, the Big Shot at the same time. Oh my, and this is what you end up with. Like how light and pretty is that? So you can see I've done a whole bunch. Yes, yes I have. All right, that was all the die cutting. Oh, but not everything. Hold the fort, that's not all the die cutting. So I don't need that, but I do need this. I'll show you two things that I did. One, it's a little crooked on here, so I'm not completely happy. This piece just goes, I put it right through the Big Shot, and it pulls out all these little pieces, which look really cool. Wait, use my pink sweater. That wasn't on purpose. It wasn't like, let's wear pink today with the Berry Burst. And then I had everything put together, like not glued, but put together. And I went, you know what, it's missing something. So I realized that this piece here, it embosses, it doesn't cut out. So I just laid it on the card, like so, and put it right back through the machine. Cool, huh? I love when there's choices, and this is a lot of choices, so I'm a happy girl. Alrighty, well, I think we should assemble. What was I going to show you? Oh, I wanted a piece for the sentiment to be on. So this is the layering. I don't know what's wrong with my enunciation today. So, wait, they're not layering. This is the rectangle stitched dies, okay? And if you have these, it's right here. So that would be the third one in on the skinnier strip. Die cut that, and I think if I do that, you can see the little lines that it makes. So I love the stitching. It's all about texture, in my opinion, with card making. You know, layering things and just making pretty things. And speaking of pretty things, this is not a normal white piece of cardstock. This is the shimmery paper. So I don't think it's retiring. I could not find it on the list. I don't know, can you, maybe I'm too close. Can you see the sparkles? Or maybe it's not something you can only see in person. Now, one thing I don't mind is that the white and the shimmery, I guess I call it shimmery white paper, are not the same white. See, this one's got a little touch of, let's say, vanilla in it, for argument's sake. But I thought that was really, I thought that looked interesting. So it's not my usual white on white card. I know, shocking, isn't it? It's pretty darn close though. Did you notice my grid paper? It's not the same old. They have the floral grid paper. Well, it's while supplies last, but I didn't wait for the supplies to run out, you know. All right, just a little bit of glue. You don't need a ton, but I may just put a little bit around here to hold it down a bit. Oops, nothing's coming out. You know when you're making a card and you're like do, but nothing's happening. Apparently, I don't want my fingers to be gluey today. I wonder why. Alrighty. And 1 second. There we go. And use your wiggle time to push it back over where you want it to be. And I find it's a little bit too far that direction. There we go. Let's do it from the inside. That works really well, especially if you have inkiness on your hands. So we're getting there. All right. So I think, can you see that? I'm not sure if you can see that impression. If I turn it towards, I'll turn it towards different lights, and you can see that that's all that's right there. So now this is actually the first card. I just want to grab the bone folder because it's not sitting as flat as I would like. So there. When I'm making a card, I prefer it not to like try to flip open. I can live with that. Oh, my hands are so cold this morning. Not unlike yesterday. My goodness, that was, well, anyway, in KW, it was rather chilly. I thought, I think I'll put my winter coat on. Yeah, good idea. I think I want to pop that up. I think, I'll be 2 pop-up layers, but I think it's okay. Well, okay, in my world, it's okay. Okie dokie. I was just thinking, I'm guessing, but I haven't looked. I'm guessing on a Stampin' Up site, and I put my link at the top of the post. You can tell my hands are cold, plus I cut my fingernails really short. I don't know why I did that. I think the retirement list will show on the Stampin' Up main site. I'm still going to post it here though, just for convenience sake, you know. It'll be, I think it's in Excel. All right, so this is me thinking. So I think this is going to go here. So far, so good. And probably slide one of those in there. Now, quite often, if I'm hiding, then I'm just going to snip off the end to make sure it will go far enough. It's really close to the bottom, but I wanted that one to show. Wait, put the flower on. Oh, there it is. And that little center. I'm deciding whether or not it needs a center. What do you think? I don't know. Does it need a center? I do not know. I don't know. Like that or like that. That's a tough one because I'm loving the white behind. You know what? I'll set it aside. I could always add it later. Okay, so for this project, well, first things first. No, let's not. Just in case I change my mind. That could happen. Alrighty. I don't really want this sticking over the edge of the card. So I'm going to trim it up really close. When I say trim it up, I mean rip the end off. Darn it. You know what I forgot? Oh, man. You know how many times I do this? Ugh. This is the lemon lime twist in English. In English. I can't read. I'm not insulted by the other language. I simply can't read them. You do not want me to pretend I can read French because I can't. Mini ruffled ribbon. Well, I still might be able to do something with it. Oh, darn. I was going to wrap it around, make it look really pretty. I could still do that. I could go like that, have that on top, but maybe I don't like that. But it does make really pretty bows. I made one just before. Yeah, I don't want the green under there. I don't like that. I don't like that. But I'll show you how the bows go. I think because it's ruffled, it hangs on really well so the bow doesn't slip. I'm going to make it slip. Okay, so bunny ears, and then one loop through, pull, and then we pull our ends, and I pull them till they're really tiny as I can go. Well, as tiny as I'm going to go. And then pull. And then this one's too long, so pull. Straighten this one. It's kind of like you can make it do what you want it to do. There. I may or may not. I don't know. That's pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh. This is retiring too because it's an in color. I really like that. Well, let's just get the bow ready just in case. Just in case I use it. We won't go too close to the edge. I need to sharpen my scissors in the worst way. One shorter than the other. This is when I get the not quite cleanest edges. That is pretty. Okay. Alrighty, I think we're ready. You guys are so quiet. You're so quiet. I don't know. Is it okay? Does it look okay? Lighting's a little dark over here. I don't know why. My light is like just got sharp. Maybe it's not. Oh, it's not up all the way. That could do it. I don't like when one side's dark. I don't like it. Yeah, let's see. I could go there. No. I want to complicate it, you know. Let's not make it too fussy. I'm really a fan of clean cards that they're just plain pretty. Now, I also am a fan of having things not be too terribly attached. In other words, I like when they have motion. And I'm just, the glue dot is back here and I could see it. So I just want to bend it backwards. A little bit of shiny, you know, a little bit of shininess there. That can't be seen. Come up to the edge a little bit. It'll move. Don't want to rip it because then I don't have any others cut. Yeah. Now to tie it all together, this is what I was told. So let's say this piece is here and this piece is here and this piece is here. They're not touching. And my upline actually said, if you want it to be cohesive, things need to touch. And that touches. So I'm just going to trim a little bit off that one and get the glue dots. Now you know the glue dots are on the inside of the roll. So whenever you hang on to the roll, I have people like going, you would go like this, right? You're looking for it. And yet, and if it's really bright or if your eyesight's not great, or if it's really dull, I suppose, you can't really see them. So now there's my third one, in case you're wondering where it's gone. It's still there. And I kind of want to bring that into focus, let's say, by having this one go this way. A little bit under. I feel like I'm talking really slowly today, like very intentionally. I don't know. I don't know if that bow's going to go. Now this one, I'm just going to throw it across the table. I'm just going to use a little bit. I left the lid off while I was talking. So there we go. Not going to take a lot of glue. I'm only using it on the thicker parts, close to the center of the flower. I shouldn't say you guys, that's so rude. Ladies, oh, don't drop it. No, we don't want little. I don't know, can I still incorporate the bow? I don't think so. It's too busy that way. And you know what? Up a little higher. I still have wiggle room. I could put a little piece there, but let's see what that looks like. Oh, let me just cut that in front of myself so you can't see what I'm doing. Okay. Ribbon, no ribbon. Ribbon, no ribbon. I kind of like it. Okay, and back to the glue dots. I find when I have used the Tombow, and if it seeps through the ribbon and you can see it, and it kind of wrecks your ribbon, you don't want that. Alrighty. Now I was having difficulties with some fine work I did yesterday. So the take your pick tool is going to help me, especially when my hands are cold, like wow cold. I simply want to lift that up a little bit. You know what? And do the correct end. I want the straight end out, and if I want to snip that later, I can. There. Alrighty. Votes. How does it look? Okay, so if you're watching the replay, feel free to, let me know what you think. If you're watching now, same thing. I'm happy if you share my video. Well, I'm always happy. I think I always say that. I'm always happy. But I'm happier, how's that, when my video gets shared. speaking of shares, I'm going to get to the draw. Speaking of shares, if your settings are such that your privacy settings, I had a bunch of shares and I couldn't see them. So I shared with my, this is my page, I shared it to my group, and there was another share and 5 others. No, there were 6 in total. I could not see the others. So in case you're wondering, why does my name never get chosen? It's because of the privacy settings that I cannot tell who shared. YouTube can share as well, by the way. And if you want to see all my videos all at one shot, except the ones that didn't record properly, I mean didn't share or didn't load properly to my computer, they're on YouTube. Lolly and Shan. Sand, not Shand. Anyway, so there's the card. There we go. And I don't have last week's card handy to say, here's the winner. Anyway, the winner of last week's draw is Rosemary. It's the only name I could see other than my own. So, that's it. Do check in again this week because I will make more goodies using, more cards using the, what we have here. This is 2-step. So, and this is 2-step. So I want to try that out and show you what it looks like. And I think that's it. I do. Need to take the dogs out. They probably have their legs crossed by now. So I will see you next Tuesday. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing the video. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.